Want to review really quickly before we take your questions what we talked about this morning for our normal Ask Andrew segment. And this was a fantastic question. I had about 6 of these piled up in my inbox because everyone was thinking the same thing. They wanted to know, why in the world has it been so darn windy around here lately? I love that little sound effect, by the way.
Cool.
Did you catch that?
Oh my goodness.
So I picked one at random. You know, I didn't play favorites. I just went down the list and I'm like, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. And Julie's question is the one that we chose, but they were all the same. Everybody was wondering about all this wind. So I'm going to show you the data, and it's actually really cool to look at. So this comes from the Iowa Environmental Mesonet. It's a website, it's basically a weather data clearinghouse website, and they have some really amazing pieces of data that you can access. And one of those I found was the average daily wind speed for every single day so far this year in the Quad Cities. Yeah, isn't that nuts?
That's so cool.
So everything in blue, those blue bars, that is the daily average wind speed for that particular day. But they also had this feature where I could go back and say, well, I want to see the 30-year average wind speed for each one of those days and see, is it windier than normal? And the answer is absolutely yes, especially when you look at how many of those blue bars not only go above the red line, but look at how far above the red line they go for the average. Ooh. I mean, we've had days where the average wind speed has been close to 20 miles an hour. That does not include gusts, by the way. That's a whole separate measurement.
Yes.
But this is just the average wind speed, which gives you that good indicator of just how windy it's been. And it hasn't been just March. These bars have been going up and up and up since January.
It's been windy.
Yeah. So
what causes that?
You're not going crazy. It's been windy.
Yeah. What causes it?
So what causes that? So I want you to take a look at this for a second. You may have to come a little closer to your screen. I know it's got some small font. So this is the average wind speed, the one that I just showed you with that red line, but it's for the whole year, not just for the 3 months that we've been through. So you notice that on average, we're going to see the most wind next month in early April, and then that wind is going to trend down heading into June, July, August, and September. So I want you to think about what happens during those months. What happens during the summer months around here? What is usually consistent and not really changing a whole lot? This is a good question for Peter too, because you're in school after all.
I know.
So what is consistent here in that time of year?
What would be the temperatures?
Amen. Oh,
temperatures and also pressure systems.
He's so good. I'll graduate you right now here on the spot.
I would. Oh, goodness. That'd be fantastic.
I know, right? Oh my gosh. You're right.
Temperature and also pressure in a way, I think, plays a role in that as well. Pressure gradient, temperature gradient, the two biggest drivers you find in wind.
That's exactly right. Yep. And you think, just look at this week. 80 degrees on Friday, 40s on Monday. Huge temperature difference, right? In just a matter of a couple of days. So it will not be until the summer when we consistently have days in the 80s and 90s. We don't go from like 70 to 90 in a day or two. We stay consistent with temperatures. They stick around for a lot longer, and that's why you have less wind. And we've had some crazy temperatures lately.
It's been a roller coaster.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like that graphic, those little ups and downs you constantly keep on seeing here for March. It's really felt like that.
Yep.
So far this month, I think we've seen gone from days in the 70s to the 40s. Mm-hmm. Now we're looking at 60s and then 70s near 80s.
Again.
Yeah. And so we've already had 2 waves of 40s to 50s, 60s, 70s, back down to the 40s, 50s, and then we're going back up to the 70s, 80s before we drop back down to the 40s again.
Yeah. And that's what's been inconsistent are those temperatures. And you notice these spikes in wind speeds are exactly when we have those big drives of warmth come in here. That's what hikes up the average wind speed. So very good. That's exactly why we have seen so much wind. In terms of, has this been the windiest year on record or the windiest March on record? It is not. I kind of dug into those numbers, but I didn't have enough time to make them all pretty for TV. I can tell you we're in the top 10 windiest starts to the year so far in the Quad Cities.
Interesting.
Yes, easily top 10. Yes.
Makes sense. Mm-hmm. Complete sense.
Yeah.
Wow. Top 10 is a good number.
And those of you that live in the country, you know it. You've been feeling this nonstop. It's been a barrage of strong winds all over the place. So there's the reason why you're not going crazy. We have seen more wind than normal.